Hey everyone, welcome back to the Fast Trucks equals Broken Trucks, the Losi Rock Ray. What this whole series is about is rebuilding the Rock Ray. After I ran it on a 6L, it tore up a lot of stuff. So today we're going to figure out what is wrong with this, right? This is a locked differential. And when I go ahead and I turn the pinion and hold an axle, it really should turn. It should. So I'm thinking that probably that plastic diff cup broke on this rear end as well. So we're going to tear into it and we're going to figure out what's going on. But first, I'm going to clean this up and get the compressor going and blow all that dirt and grease and all that off. So, hang on. Alright, so I got it all blown off. Have most of the garbage off of here. In order to take this thing apart, I'm going to have to take these calipers off each end and probably remove the wheel nuts and hexes and all that because there's a plate in behind here, right here, that has to come off so the axles can come out so I can take the differential out. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take those off and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so the hex is right here. They're seized in place, and I ended up rounding out both of them. So I'm going to have to drill those out. But in the meantime, while we're here, I just wanted to show you what went wrong with this differential. So I took these 4 screws out right here, and so we'll just go ahead and pop this off. Right? Alright, so the pinion looks fine, right? Ring gear, perfect. So if I hold one axle and I go ahead and I turn this ring gear, as you can see, I've sheared off all 4 bolts on this diff cup. Alright? So what we're going to have to do is rebuild this. I'll most likely not lock this anymore. Right now it's supposed to be locked, and we will go ahead and change that out and go to the new upgraded aluminum diff cup and go from there. But for now, I guess I have a little bit of drilling to do. And let's hope that I don't do any more damage, and hopefully I don't do any more damage. Alright, so stick around for that. Let's see if I can get these out. Alright. Okay, so I have kind of a dilemma here. The grub screw or pin on each one of these hexes are stripped out, and I need to get these axles out, right? So thinking like a mechanic does, sometimes you have to come up with something different. So what can I do to get these axles out without removing the stripped out pins on the hexes? My thought was that I would take these mock calipers off, and that I would go in through these holes right here and to remove the axle. And that I'm going to try, because I don't want to go ahead and drill these out right now. Later I will, but not right now. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take these off each end right here, and see if I can get a driver in there to remove these axles. I'll be right back. Okay, so as you can see, when I yeah, when I took the screws out through the holes in this rotor right here, axles basically fall out. All right, so now that's out of the way, I can go ahead and I can pull this out, right? And that's not supposed to happen, right? Whoop! That's not supposed to happen. All right, so the gasket's done because it's been spinning. The lock differential, no, that held up just fine, but the cup did not. All right, it broke every screw head in this, right? So looks like I'm gonna have to get me some parts. One screw head actually fell out right in front of me, right there, and there's another one. There was another one up in there. I don't know where it's at. The rest of them, oh, there's one. Well, there's two. So what I'm going to end up doing here is I'm going to have to get me a new gasket for that. Hopefully Horizon Hobby still has it available. They're not really good about keeping parts available, especially if something has been out for a little bit. So if I can't get it through them, I'll get it through somebody else. And instead of going with a locked rear differential, I'll put the gears back in there, and we'll just put some heavy oil in there. All right, so it'll give a similar effect. The one really weird thing is like, man, look at the. I mean, it like totally ripped it out. You know. All right, everybody. After careful thought and searching for a gasket for the new diff cup, new diff cup, I decided to leave the differential locked. So when doing that, I have no use for any kind of what do you call it? Differential oil. Uh-oh. Alright, so let's take a look at this here. It's the same size. The locker seemed to stick up a little bit. Let's take a look at that quick before I go and put this in. And of course my phone's got to go off. This thing is so mangled I can't even get that back in. Okay. So you slide the locker in. We have there. Okay, now it's down in here. A little bit better. Alright, so the locker's in. Let's clean this off a little bit. And about the only thing I'm going to do really is just squirt some chain lube down in there so that if any water gets in there, that you know, it won't cause it to corrode, you know. So let me ask you, would you guys go ahead and do this if your differential is already locked? I know last when I built this thing, I did put gear oil in there, but apparently it came out. So especially after the gasket was gone. So anyways, would you do that? Yeah, let me know. Leave a comment if you want. So we're going to go ahead and put this on. The new diff cup comes with brand new screws. A lot better screws than the old one, that's for sure. They're really small though. So let's see. Looks like it's that one. And what I probably should do is put just a teeniest dab of Loctite on each one. So we just go ahead and line up the hole. Sort it. Okay, fine. Still a little shaky today. It's actually a different day, but I'm still shaky. Get one screw started. Like I said before, in the front one is machined, so the holes should be pretty darn close. But I'm not going to tighten it down all the way. Okay? Alright, so then we'll go with the opposite end. Oops, Loctite. Once I get two holes started, then I can tighten down them two screws. And when I'm all done, I'll go around all these over and over again. Okay, now I know the locker is seated in there, good and tight. The screws are Loctited in place. They're going into aluminum instead of plastic. So there won't be as much give, and the weight is pretty close to the same as it was before. So we just get this piece of grass out of there, slap this bearing on there, and now this thing is ready to go back in. Right? It's pretty awesome, doesn't it? Alright, so go ahead and set this in here. We're going to put a little grease on it though, since I cleaned out pretty much all of it and all the carnage. Let's pop that off. Alright, there we are. Put just a dab in here. Okay. And now and go ahead and put this cover on. Run it around a little bit. Feels really smooth right now. Let's pop it off, take a look. Hey, looking pretty good. Okay, now we can put the screws back in, assemble the axles, and this thing should be good to go. Wherever I put the last driver. Where'd I put that last driver? There it is. Alright, I got these two screws in. I'm going to throw an axle in, and two, so y'all can see that, and then I'll finish it up off camera. So, if you remember, I worked a way around this hex pin being seized up, and took these screws out through the holes in the rotor here. So we'll do the same thing in reverse, and yeah. Come on. So it's not feeling as smooth as it did before. But hey, we got it all together. I'll figure that part out. If you guys like this kind of thing, let me know. Remember to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you like, and you know, I'll see you next time.